Hello everyone, welcome to the second video of this course. In the last video we learned and made our own movement system and all, and in this video we will be working with the stat, and by stat I mean health, stamina and our level. Today we will be learning about what is actor components, what are widget blueprints, and let's follow. So open your project and let's start. So I have my project open. We'll start with going in the content drawer that I told you about, and in the content we'll make a new folder. We'll call this actors, and in the actors folder we'll be making a new folder. We'll call this components. What are components? I'll tell you. And we'll go back again in content and we'll make one new folder. We will be calling this as UI. Why UI? Because we'll be using widget blueprint, and widget blueprint will update our UI. Everything that you see in the game, from health bar to movement, everything falls under UI, and we'll be using a widget blueprint to make that UI. Anyways, now we'll go back in content and we'll go back again in actor and then components. Now in the blank space, right click, click on the blueprint class, and here you will have many options, actor, pawn, character, but we'll select actor component. What are actor components? Actor components is a blueprint in which we can make our own function. We can add that component in other classes like our character class and our enemy class, and we can use the functions that we made in the component in those specific classes. We'll call this BPC for blueprint component underscore stats. Now we'll double click on this and you will have this interface. We'll dock it in our main window, and the left hand side you will see event graph. In the right hand side you will see all the class defaults. So I told you about event begin play and event tick. Now today I'll be showing you what are functions. As the name suggests, the function this will handle the code for increase health, decrease health and all of that. So we'll call this function increase health. Where did I put it? Get max health. Increase level. Oh my god, we added it in the increase level. Never mind. We'll just control X here and we'll go in the decrease health and we'll paste it here. Control V. We'll drag this value. We'll call this damage. See, I've also made a mistake. You will also make some mistakes, but mistake is a part of learning, no? And from the increase level we'll delete the damage pen, and now decrease health. We'll close all of this. Now we have made the logic of decrease health. Now I'll give you some time to make your own logic of decrease stamina. So I'll suggest to pause this video here. I'll give you 3 seconds. You pause it here and then we'll start again. Now I hope you have made it, but I'll show you how to do it. In the decrease stamina, we'll get our max stamina. We'll subtract a value. We'll drag and drop it here in the decrease stamina function, and we'll call this decrease stamina, or not. What should we call it? We'll just call it a stamina to decrease. And we set the stamina, max stamina. After clamping, we'll call clamp float 0 100. Add the return value. So when should we decrease the stamina? We'll decrease the stamina whenever we are running, whenever we are attacking. Like in RPG games, you will see that we don't have the unlimited stamina whenever we are attacking. So our stamina decreases also when we are like attacking, so we do not spam the attack. So if our max stamina hits 0, we'll return a value again. Branch boolean will be connected. From true will return a value, and the output is going to be has stamina. For now, like we are only concerned about our sprinting and all. So we'll also come to the attack once we enter the combat part of this course. And we'll if our stamina is 0, we'll call has stamina to false, and if it is 0, and if it is not 0, we'll call has stamina. So our decrease stamina, decrease health function is done. Now our stamina will also increase whenever we are like walking or we are just standing still. So we'll go in the increase stamina. We'll get the max stamina. We'll add this value. This is going to be the second pin. We'll make one new input. Actually, we can just drag and drop it here. Stamina increase amount. Damn, my variable names are going large like an address. Anyways, we'll set this value again. We'll also clamp it because we don't want our stamina to go over 100. Clamp float 0 to 100. I will set this max stamina. Now we don't have to return any value here, and we'll do the same in increase health. I'll give you again some time, a 3-second time. Pause it here, make your increase health function. We'll go into increase health. Now that's enough time. Now in increase health, I'll just copy it here. We'll go in increase health. I'll paste it here, drag and drop it here. We'll call this health gain. We'll also call this stamina gain. Stamina gain. And in the max stamina, I'll show you one more shortcut. You can either drag and drop it here. This will change it automatically, or you can just delete it and get the max health and just add it. And same for the setting the value. This will automatically change it. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, that's fine. Just set it normally. And again, we don't have to return any value here. Compile, save. Now we have made 4 functions: increase health, decrease health, increase stamina, decrease stamina. So as you can see, if I play it here, we have no way of knowing that if you are increasing the stamina or decreasing the stamina. So we'll go in the we'll make a UI, we'll make a widget here from the widget blueprint. Now for the increase level and decrease level, we can do the same. Actually, we'll increase or decrease level after we are done with the stamina. Probably we'll make the increase level or decrease level in the. We are not going to decrease the level. We will only decrease the XP amount if we die, but that is for future purpose. So for now, we are only concerned about increase health, decrease health. We'll cover the increase level in the next course probably, and if we get the time, we will make it today only. So increase level, we'll close it here for now, and we'll make a widget blueprint so that we know if our stamina is increasing or decreasing. We'll go back in the content of the content drawer. We'll go in the UI folder, right click on the blank space, scroll it a little bit down. As you can see, there is user interface UI. We'll click on the widget blueprint. We'll call user widget, and we'll call this WBP because widget blueprint. Naming convention is very important, guys. We'll call this we can call this main HUD. We'll double click on this, and as you can see here, this interface looks a little overwhelming, but it's fine. It is going to be very simple. For now, we'll close the animation tab if yours is open. In the left hand side, you will see different things that we will be using for making our widget, but we'll start with the canvas panel. We'll drag and drop it here, and as you can see, this makes a border like your screen. You can increase it here according to your resolution, but I'll keep it default as it was. So in the canvas panel, everything that we make, from our health bar to our character character icon or anything, that will be the child of this canvas panel. We'll call for progress bar. Now what is progress bar? Progress bar is a tool which will store your progress. As you can see, if we go in the right side details panel, you can see there will be a option called percent. If we increase it here, as you can see, our progress bar is increasing. We can choose the bar fill type from left to right, right to left, according to your choice, from fill, from center and all. But for now, I'll choose left to right. So as you can see, we can change the fill color and opacity. Now we'll start with the anchor. What are anchors? Whenever you decrease the size of your screen, like if you resize it, you will see in everything the widget automatically goes to the position. So the anchors are we are anchoring this position. So by default we have some presets. For now, I'll select the bottom left one because I want my health bar to be in the bottom left. Now I'll resize it. Also, the position of our progress bar or anything is has some offset according to the anchors. You can see if I change the anchor, our offset will change. So I'll choose the bottom left one only. We'll decrease this size a little bit, make it up. And the style, you can see the background image, fill image. You can use it, and probably we'll use it in future, but for now we'll just select the basic color, fill color and opacity. We'll set this to red to denote the health, or that is orange anyways. We'll select the red, and as you can see, if I increase the percentage, it is showing a health. Now we'll make a duplicate of this. First we'll rename it. We'll call this health bar. Control D. Its anchor is also going to be in the bottom left. For stamina, we can use a green color or dark one. Now, how to add this in our view, in the viewport? We'll do this from our character blueprint. Now, where is our character blueprint? In the third person folder. We'll go in the blueprints, open our character blueprint. And in the left side panel, you can see there are different things here. So these are all as you can see in the character movement, it is also a component. Capsule, all of the maximum of these are components. So we'll also add our BPC stats here, but that is we'll add it after some time. Save it, and in our third person character blueprint, you will go in the event begin play, as this is triggered whenever our player is our level is starting. So from the extreme left side, the extreme right side, we'll call for create widget. What this will do, this will create a widget, and then we can add it to our viewport. We'll select the class WBP main HUD. The owning player is going to be get player controller, and then we'll add this to viewport. Add to viewport. Now if you play the level, you will see that our HUD will be present. As you can see, it is present in the bottom left, and as you can see, if I resize it, it is automatically selecting the bottom left side. We'll stop the execution. Now as you can see, if I played, even if I run or do anything, our stamina or our health is not decreasing. So how to update that? To do that, we'll store a reference of WBP main HUD from the return value. Drag and search for promote to variable. You can see it here. We'll call this main HUD ref or main HUD widget underscore widget. Now go back to the BPC stat again. Now go in the event graph, and in the event begin play, we'll first call a delay of 0.1 second, or we'll just call for delay until next tick, and we'll get the get player controller character, sorry, and we'll cast to BP third person character. Now we'll again store a reference of our main character. We'll call this third person. We'll just call it character ref. Now also, and I remember we haven't renamed the stamina bar. I'll call this stamina. Now in the BPC stats, our stat component, we'll go in the decrease health. We'll shift this one a little bit to the right, and now we stored the character ref. Now we'll drag it from here. We'll search for main HUD. We'll get the main HUD. Now that is why we did the cast to get the variables from our third person character. We'll search for again health, get health bar, as we have a variable in the health bar. And if you are not getting the health bar, just click on the health bar in the widget blueprint, and in the top right corner you'll see the is variable. And also I'll suggest to set the percent to 100 to 1 by default. Compile, and now back to BPC stat, and from health bar we'll search for set percent. Now we'll set the max health to this, but after dividing it by 100. Why 100? Because for our max health by default was 100. We'll divide it by 100 and in percent. Connect the execution pin. Now this will update our health, and how to see that? We'll go in the BP third person, and we'll search. We'll right click in the blank space and we'll search for 1. This is only for debug purposes, and in the keyboard events you will see there is a function 1. And from pressed, also for, before that we'll add our BPC stat here, BPC stats. And I remember I told you that by adding this component we can use the functions of it. I'll show it to you. We'll drag it here and we'll call for decrease health. And we'll set it here. And as you can see, this looks very clean as we made our function in our component, and our character blueprint looks clean. And the damage amount will will just add 10. Compile, and we'll play the level. And as you can see, if I press 1 on my keyboard, you can see our health bar is decreasing. Now this is for the debug purpose. I'll show you how to use the damage to update the health bar. We'll go back in the third person. We'll just delete it, and again I'll give you 3-second time to pause it here and do the same for your stamina. Now we'll make our we'll go in the decrease stamina. Do the same thing. Drag it towards the right. Get the character ref. Search for main HUD. Get main HUD widget. We'll search for stamina bar. Get stamina bar. Set %. Divide the max stamina by 100. Why 100? You know it. If you don't, just go back in the video a little bit. Set %, divided by 100. Compile. We'll check it again. 1 on our keyboard event. BPC, we'll drag the BPC stat, decrease stamina, stamina to decrease, not 100, 10. And as you can see, if I press 1 on my keyboard, our stamina is decreasing. Now I don't like the name stamina to decrease. I'll just call it stamina loss. Compile. Also, I'll have to delete that before. Now we have updated our values of our stamina and health. We are setting the value in the widget blueprint. Now how to do that without the debug? So for decreasing the health, we'll use a function called event and any damage, which will be called in our third person character whenever our character is damaged. We'll go in the BP third person. Also, let me comment this out. I crouch because commenting is very valuable, and that keeps your code clean and for others to understand your code better. We'll call this crouch input. We must have we'll get this color. I will just set it according to our choice. Comment color little gray. That is fine now. So we'll make go in some space. Make some space for our event any damage. We'll call the event any damage, and we'll get our BPC stat. We'll call for decrease health. Now in our event any damage, we are getting 4 pen, where we are getting the damage value, the float value, damage type, instigated by is whatever it gets the instigator of whatever is causing the damage and the damage causer. But for now we will just get the damage and we'll connect it to the damage. Now when we will be getting damage, for now we'll just make a debug. We'll only use the one key for the debug. In future we'll call this event any damage when we make our enemy. So again 1 You can use any debug type, but one feels comfortable to me and also easy for me, and we'll call this apply damage. Apply damage. Now this apply damage will always call this event any damage. Damaged actor is going to be self, because we are causing damage to ourselves. Base damage, we'll give the base damage for equals to 5. Compile, and if you check it again if I'm pressing 1 on my keyboard, we are getting damaged. Now what should happen when our health goes to 0? We'll make a death function. We'll make a ragdoll. I'll show you that in a blank space. Let me make some space here. In the blank space, we'll make a custom event. Custom event is also a type of function, but events actually don't return any value. In the custom event, I will call this death. You can also make a function of death, but for now I'm just making an event because I don't have to return any value here. Custom event death. Now this will be called when our character health is 0. So what should happen when we are dead? We'll get the mesh, and in the mesh you can see that. So I guess I told you about the mesh, but if I haven't told you about it before, mesh is nothing but the character, the body of our character, the skeleton mesh. And by default, if you will see, the mesh has no collision. Collision preset to character mesh. Yes, it has collision, but we'll also call a function set collision enabled. And this will be collision enabled query and physics. Now I'll go in the details about this types and all when we will make our weapon and combat, and we'll simulate physics. Set simulate physics and simulate it. And we'll also call for clear input, so we don't move or do anything. Clear input. What was the name? Input. I don't exactly remember the name of that. Clear input. पॉज हो गया था, क्या था वो? क्लियर इनपुट या कौन सा वैल्यू था? इनपुट क्लियर करने के लिए। अरे लाइक प्लेयर का कोई भी इनपुट होता है फोन में, उस वाले का मेरे को नाम याद नहीं आ रहा। disable input. Yeah, so we'll right click here. I will search for disable input. Disable input. We'll compile this. We'll make a little bit organized, and here if our character is dead, we'll call a branch, and if it is true, we'll call death. And if we play it, this should work. Decrease the health to 0, and as you can see, we cannot move our camera or do anything. Our character is just dead. So after we are dead, we'll destroy our character after some delay, and this will also be stored in the delay event. Sorry, death event. Well, duration is going to be 3 seconds. I will call for destroy actor. This will basically destroy the actor. Destroy actor. Compile. And as you can see, we are dead now and our character is destroyed. So our decreasing the health of our character is done. We have also we are setting the percent according to our character's health. We have done that. Now we'll be working on our stamina. Now for now our stamina is going to work only when we are sprinting. So for sprinting we will make our new input again. So remember in the last video I told you how to make an input. We made an input for our crouch. So again the 3 second, pause it here, make an input for yourself, and then we'll continue. नहीं लाइक ये वाला दे रहे कि लाइक जो लोग कर रहे हैं वो थोड़ा पॉज करके खुद से पहले बनाए. So the 3 second is over. We'll go in the content, third person, input, actions. We'll make a new input action, input action. We'll call this IA_sprint. And in the input, IMC default, we'll add a mapping, IA sprint. I'm going to click on the keyboard icon and press shift, left shift. Now in our third person, we'll search for sprint. Sorry, IA_sprint. Oh my god, I named it incorrect. IA_sprint. Compile. Now whenever this is started, we'll make a function that will be looping itself and decreasing the stamina, and whenever we are, and if our character velocity is greater than given velocity, only then our stamina will be decreasing. So we'll start with set timer by function event, set timer by event, and from the event delegate, this is the icon of delegate, we'll make a custom event. No custom event, we'll get the BPC stat, we'll call for decrease health. Actually this is going to be the function. We'll make a new function, custom event, decrease stamina, and again we'll call this, we'll drag from the BPC stat and call for decrease stamina. Now the stamina that we will be decreasing is going to be 2 for every 0.2 second. Now the time here is after how much time this is going to loop, and we'll select the looping, click the enable the looping. I will connect it here. We'll make a new boolean here. We'll call this has stamina. We'll make a branch here, and if our stamina is, if we have stamina, this will be called true. If we don't have stamina, stamina is false, we'll set it to false. Now before this execution will begin, we'll check if we have stamina, branch, yes. So we'll increase our character speed if we are sprinting. So to increase the character speed, we'll get the character movement component, and in the right hand side if we select the character movement component, you can see the settings that it comes with. By default, we'll get the set max walk speed to 750. And we'll have to, if we are not sprinting, we'll have to set the value to the default. You can check the default from the right side panel, and this is 500. And once it is completed, we'll set it back to 500, and we'll set it again in one more place. If we have no stamina, we'll get this here, and we'll set the max stamina to 500. Now this should work. The stamina is not decreasing. Oh, we haven't connected the execution pin. See, I told you about it. I make some silly mistakes. As you can see, we are sprinting, but our stamina is not decreasing. Now it is updating. Why? Now we can make a debug to see if this is being called. You can click on the function and just press on F9 for debugging. And as you can see, we are not getting the breakpoint there, so it is not being called. We'll check it. I'll check it here and then be back to you. Now I'll show you what the problem was. This was not being called. You can guess it because the boolean was by default set to false. So I'll make a breakpoint here. And what is breakpoint? I'll show you just now. If you are sprinting, you can see this is being triggered, and in the top side corner, if you click on the white play button, you can see it is stopping. Why? Because it is not going further, because we are getting the value as false. We'll stop the execution from here. We'll select on F9 and we'll check this has stamina, and if you play it now, you can see our stamina is decreasing. But even we have stopped it, we have stopped running, our stamina is still decreasing because the timer by event function is still looping itself. So how to solve it? To do that, we'll promote the return value, make a variable, we'll call this timer key, and for better understanding, stamina timer key, stamina timer handle. We'll just call it stamina timer handle. And once we have completed this, we'll stop the set timer by event. We'll drag from the output pin. We'll search for clear and invalidate timer by handle. What this will do? This will basically stop this function. And as you can see, if we play it here now, we are sprinting, and if we have stopped, our stamina has stopped to decrease. And now, even if if you are not even running, our stamina is still decreasing because we haven't made the check for the velocity. In the last video, I told you how to get the speed and the velocity of our character. So if you remember it, that's fine. You can try to make it yourself, but I'll show you. We'll drag the character movement component. We'll search for get velocity. We'll search for velocity only for now. Velocity, get velocity, vector length, and if our vector length is greater than 0, branch, greater than 0, branch here, connect the execution from the true and again from the true. And what this will do, if we have stamina and we are moving forward and in any direction, only then our stamina is going to decrease. So as you can see, I'll compile it, I'll play it again, and that works just fine. Now I'll stop the execution. Wait, I'll show you one more thing. Now once our stamina gets depleted, our speed will also decrease. As you can see, our speed has decreased. So we have no stamina now. Now we'll make a function that will increase our stamina. Now where should we make where should we increase the stamina? We are going to use event tick here. So I'll suggest to use the event tick only for critical condition where you cannot use any another thing. Only then you should use the event tick, because that takes a load on your computer and also makes your code a little bit less optimized. So for the beginner only, I will use the event tick, and we will make one more boolean value. We'll call this is sprinting. Sprinting. We'll set it to here. Here you will set it to true. And after our max speed is set to 500, we'll set it to false. Now in our event tick, we'll get the is sprinting. We'll check it here. And if it is true, from the BPC stat we'll get the increase stamina. This is true. Stamina, if we are losing 2 stamina, we'll also increase the stamina by 2, but we'll make some delay here, so that in every frame we do not update the stamina. We'll make a delay of 0.2 second. So in after every 0.2 second we will be gaining a stamina of 2. Well, from the BPC we'll call for delay of 0.2 second. Actually I'll call it after 1 second. That will be just fine. As you can see, if I'm sprinting, I'm still sprinting. We'll wait for our stamina to decrease. And we are walking again. And if we just stand still, this should update. Again, this is not being called. Why? Click it here, make a breakpoint. Also, we'll set the is printing here to false. Make a breakpoint here. Oh yeah, the problem was we connected to the true value, where we should have connected it to the false value. We can do two things here. We can connect it from false value, and we can make a not boolean. If we'll get not sprinting, we'll get not boolean here. So this will basically inverse the value. This will be not sprinting, and if we are not sprinting, we'll increase the stamina. Now that should work. If I don't do anything, our stamina should increase after 1 second. Our stamina is increasing, but we haven't updated it in the increase stamina function, so that is why we were not able to see. From the character ref, we'll call for main HUD, get main HUD widget, stamina bar, set percent, and the in percent is going to be divided by the max stamina after we have divided it by 100. We'll compile and save it, and I'll again do this for the increase health 2, connect it here, divided by 100 in percent, and in place of stamina bar it is going to be health bar. Get health bar, target, compile. Now that should work. Yes, that is working fine. Now as you can see, if you are sprinting, our stamina is decreasing, and if we stop or we walk, our stamina is increasing after every 1 second. If we stand still, our stamina is increasing after every 1 second. So that will cover it for this video. In the next video, we'll be starting we'll start with the increase level, and also we'll make a new animation for our sprinting. As you can see, for now we are using the same animation for walk and sprint, and our just speed is increasing. So we'll use a new animation for our sprinting also, and we most probably will start with the combat. So that will be it for this video, and I'll give you a small tip. To learn game development, I would suggest that whatever you are seeing here, apply it yourself. I'll give you a task where in the last video we made some movement, and I will suggest without watching the video, try to make it yourself. Get a video of it or the screenshot, and just upload it in the links that will be provided to you. And for this course, I'll give you a task where don't see this video after you have seen it once, and without seeing the video, make your own stat, make your own stamina bar, make your own health bar, use different colors, and take a video of it or the screenshot and upload it in the links that will be provided. And I hope for the best, and good luck to you. That was it. Today we have learned many new things: actor component, widget blueprint, stats, how to increase and decrease it, timer by event, what is timer handle and all. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.